All right, Reggie, you ready to get after this?
Yes, sir.
So our history, the LOI was put in Ron's hands. He doesn't have email. He's an old school guy.
Right.
That doesn't mean he's not a hard ass. Because
Right.
is this bad time?
No, I'm good.
Yesterday he hung up on me, and in typical Danny D'Angelo fashion, I called him right back. I can let the guy hang up on me. We're pretty close to a deal. His negotiating style is, well, I won't do this. I won't do that. This is what I won't do. Not really a great way to make a deal, though, is it? So tell me what you are willing to do. Now, he wants to speak to you. So I'm going to dial his number.
I don't know why, but okay.
Well, he's old school in that way, and that's fine. But listen, here's all I want to say. Have your conversation. Let him know that I'm on the phone. I'll say hello. And ask him what he's willing to do. Don't forget what he's already said. You're at 50 cents a square foot, which is $1,600. He was ambiguous as to how much he's going to charge for increases, yes. But he's willing to go forward with a lease. He's wordy. He wants to talk. He wants to blather on about his 65 properties. His taxes are killing him.
Well, what do you think? Because, when he first said that he didn't have the, money, and he said, I'm not making money on this deal. And you asked about the 12 months, and he said, well, I have to pay my taxes. And you said, well, we'll pay the taxes. And then he said, okay, and then all of a sudden it
Reginald,
changed. So.
He's not going to give you 12 months of abatement. He said that. He said 6. He said 6 from the beginning. One fleeting moment in the conversation when I said 12, he said, okay. I don't think he was paying attention. Okay, let it go.
Okay.
12 months, 6 months. He's charging you 50 cents a square foot at the end of the day. I want you to round. You're going to do the talking. I'll be listening in. And don't say yes to anything. That's basically what I want to say. I don't want to interrupt, so don't say yes to anything.
Okay.
Ask him what he's willing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do my level best to say very little. He wants to talk to you. Okay? Here we go. Stand by. Ron, I've got Reggie on the phone with us.
Okay, good. Hey,
and,
Reggie.
Hi. I'm gonna get out of your way and let's put a fine point on what it is that you can do for Reginald, and we'll get that lease figured out.
Okay. Hey, Reggie, how are you, buddy?
I'm fine. How are you?
Well, I hadn't bothered you because of your loss. I want to tell you I'm sorry for your loss at the funeral. So I hadn't bothered to talk to you. I thought what we would do, Reggie, instead of trying to do this on the telephone, I thought maybe you and I would sit down Saturday, meet up there at the place, and we would sit down and go through this thing and get it all in writing. So you'll have a copy and I'll have a copy, and then I can take it. If you agree to everything, then I can take it to the attorneys and have it drawn up. I think that would be the best way to do it rather than try to do it verbally. Don't you think so?
Well, sounds good.
Yeah. I think that's the best way. I think that's the best way to do it. Then we don't have any problems. We don't have anybody come back and say, "Well, we didn't talk about this." Well, we've got it in writing right there. We did talk about it. I think that'd be the best way to do it, and get everything done for you. And I want to make sure, Reggie, that you feel comfortable with what you're doing. Okay.
Mhm.
Because it's going to be a tough uphill struggle. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about it. I don't think you'll have any problems with the drive that you've got, and you've got the right ideas. There's no doubt about it.
Okay.
But I just want you to make sure that this is what you want to do, and you're not letting somebody talk you into something that you don't want to do.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I do.
And because it's going to be tough. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And is it there? Yes, it's there. There's no doubt it's there. But it's just going to be an uphill struggle. to get all those people back. And I don't think you'll have any problem once they find out the type of person that you are and that you're going to run this thing decent. And that I think the one big thing from what I saw that one of the big mistakes, of course he made several mistakes. He didn't fix the machines and he didn't take care of his place. Coming over there once a week don't get it. You know what I mean? That you can't run a business like that. And you've got to have an attendant there. Now, you don't have to have them there all day, every day, but you need an attendant there most of the time. And I'm not sure, and like I say, whatever I say to you, I hope it stays between you and me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and whatever you tell me stays with me. It doesn't go any further than me. But I'm not sure Christina is the person that you need there.
Right. Well, Christina has health problems.
Right, and I'm sure you've already thought about that. You know,
right.
You've got to have somebody that's going to look out for your interest and is not just there just for a paycheck and that's it.
Hey, Ron, if I could interrupt, the purpose of the call here is just to put some broad strokes on what you'll be sitting down and discussing. And
right.
I hear you. You could ask Reggie literally 1,000 questions about how to operate this, but he's never done it. And you're correct. Right. And I appreciate you looking out for him. You understand my capacity in this. I've had laundromats for 15 years, and I will be there to essentially.
And I hope you're there, Danny, to hold his hand.
You just cut me off because I was going to say I will be there essentially to hold Reggie's hand verbatim.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I don't know how far you went. We couldn't email you, so I assume you're not a big computer guy. Neither am I, frankly. But
well, I am, but I don't like emails because emails can be changed. You know.
So what I'd like to discuss, we have 1,600 starting. We have rent commencing on month.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to set up a lease. You're going to get 6 months free rent from the day that you start. Okay. From the day that you start getting in there and get it going.
Right.
Okay, we're going to have 6 months rent. From there, the rent's going to start at $1,600 a month. Mm-hmm. We're going to give you that. We're going to give you a 5-year option at $1,700 a month, and that'll take care of any increases in taxes and insurance. In other words, the first 5 years I'm going to hold at $1,600. Okay. Okay, the second 5 is going to be at $1,700, which you know there's going to be increases in taxes and insurance. You know, I wish it wasn't, but it's you know what it is.
These figures is this a gross lease rate, or is Reginald paying you $1,600 for the first 5 years?
Yes.
Then $7.
Yes.
Okay, so no matter
$1,600 a month for the first 5 years.
It's a gross lease. $1,700 for the additional 5. Now at year 11, where do we go from there?
Right. Okay. And he's going to be responsible for taking care of the building itself. And the building, you know, the roof and the structure is my problem, and the driveway. That's my problem.
Understood. That's standard. Yes.
Everything else is his. I want a $1 million liability policy.
Sure. Standard.
Which that's all standard. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's going to be standard. I mean, there's not going to be anything hidden. There's not going to be any hidden stuff. I don't
so the
do
additional 5-year option. Where are we at on the last of the 15 years?
Right. I don't do stuff like that. Like I told you, Danny, I've got 65 properties, and we take care of our tenants. I'll help Reggie any way that I can. Like I said, I don't want to see anybody get
$1,600 for the first 5.
And 17 for the second 5.
For the next 5, and then at the fifth option, where are we at for that?
Well, we'll talk about that. You know, I'm not sure I want to give him another option there.
So, Ron, let me just say,
and also let me stick in there too. He'll have first option if I decide to sell the property.
Sure, I appreciate that. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be a nice rider.
He'll get first option to buy.
You said this yourself. It's an uphill battle. I appreciate all that. Of course it is. And you also said that your previous tenant didn't renew, update the equipment, or take care of it. Now,
he didn't take care of anything, Danny.
So how often I'll just ask you, how often do you retool a laundromat? a well-run store?
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
You retool the store completely every 7 years.
Every 7 years, right. That's the way Quick Wash used to do it. Quick Wash was the original leasing. Quick Wash was there for
14 years.
Yeah.
So we do need to discuss an additional 5-year option.
Well, what we can do is let me give it some thought. You got to realize this one thing. The first thing is I'm 74 years old.
Understood.
Okay, so the law of averages says I'm not going to make it another 15 years. I mean, that's just the way it is, and you just have to live with it.
I've seen Laundromat leases signed for 12 months. I've seen it. And who's the one signing that lease? A fool. Right. A complete idiot who's going in and thinking they're going to give it the old college try and paint the walls and change the name and put up a banner that says new management. That doesn't work. So
no,
we do need the additional option. Think about it. Obviously, you're an intelligent guy. You've got 65 properties. You know how you're going to hand all this off to your heirs or the local church. That's
right.
We
usually don't. Most of our leases, we don't go more than 10. To be honest with you, Danny.
Sure.
I've never done more than 10 on any of our properties.
Spend close to $300,000. That hasn't been bandied about here on equipment.
Let me tell you this also. All of our properties, our tenants have been there for years. I don't kick anybody out. I don't do that. And I don't jack the rent up over their head for something that they can't pay. I don't do that either. I'm not that type of person.
I believe you, Ron, 100%. I believe you. And you said yourself, you may not be here in 15 years.
That's exactly right. So
we're not relying on a handshake. Figure out what you need to do for the time we spoke, you didn't know what your increase was. Now we've got the number. 1,700. Right. That's survivable. Let me know what the last 5 years looks like so that you can meet with Reggie.
Right.
Okay.
And
you can ask him 1,000 questions about laundromat ownership. The one thing he doesn't have is experience, but he can answer those questions.
Well,
Reggie,
that's where you're the experience.
True, but
okay,
like
you're the one that's going to take care of him there.
Ask me anything about laundromats, and I'll tell you, Reggie already knows.
And that's your expertise, not mine. Mine is on leasing the buildings and taking care of the buildings. I just, like I say,
let's figure out what
I'm a different type of landlord than any landlord that you've ever dealt with. I'm very concerned about my tenants. I take care of my tenants.
I deal with a lot of those folks, and I appreciate
I gave all my tenants free rent during this virus 3 months. Every one of them, all 65 of them. Awesome. I gave them all 3 months. I gave them April, May, and June, and didn't charge anybody any rent. So I take care of my tenants. I know what it is to be in business. I cut my teeth in business. I had 9 liquor stores and 31 grocery stores.
Imagine at the end, I don't have a crystal ball, but imagine at the 7-year mark, it's time to renew the equipment, and we only have 3 years remaining on this lease and nothing else in writing. That would be, on our part.
Let me give it some thought, Danny, how we can do that, how we can work that out.
Call me at any point. If you call me in 5 minutes.
Tell Reggie I would like to meet with him Saturday.
He's on the phone. He's listening in.
Okay. Reggie,
I'm listening. I'm here.
Why don't we meet Saturday down at the Laundromat, say at about 10 o'clock?
Ron, we need to find out if this is viable for the additional 5 years.
Okay, that's what we're going to talk about.
Okay. Go ahead and call me. We'll talk about it.
I'll talk to Reggie about it, and we'll discuss it. Okay?
You're not listening.
Danny, don't tell me I'm not. Now let me tell you something. Now, don't tell me I'm not listening. Now, don't do that to me. Okay?
I work for him, and
I understand what you're saying, but don't get with me like that. Don't get crossways with me.
I'm not.
Okay? I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm a very intelligent person. I'm very intelligent. I understand what you're saying, Danny. Okay?
Let us know what you
And I will meet with Reggie down there at 10 o'clock Saturday. That's that.
That's that.
That's that.
Okay.
Okay?
Reggie, go ahead and take over. Let him know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, Reggie.
I'm all right.
Who's trying to put Reggie in a spot?
No, I'm not trying to put Reggie in a spot. Danny, we're not going to start this again.
He's not. He's your guarantor. He's your guy. You understand?
That's right. That's why I said I would discuss it with him Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Is that confirmed with you, Reggie?
Yeah, that's confirmed with me.
Okay, I'll see you down there at 10.
Okay. Hello?
And he hangs up again. This guy's a fun guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an old man.
No, it's not that he's an old man. That's not the word. I know a lot of old guys. They sit at bus stops. First, let's go over this conversation. First thing he said was, Reggie, I want to make sure that you're not getting yourself in a spot. He thinks did I find you, Reggie? Or did you find me?
I found you.
Did you find me because you were looking to get rich quick?
No.
Or did you find because you were looking into laundromats specifically?
I found you because I was looking in the laundromat.
Wait a minute.
And I knew you
start
were
looking.
experienced.
Thank you. You didn't start looking to get rich quick because I know none of my information on the internet says any such thing. None of this is easy. This guy thinks he's looking out for you. Show up on Saturday. Pull your big boy pants up and be prepared. This guy is the son of a bitch. You understand that?
He's something.
He's a son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
This goes back to the conversation. Oh, I'm from New York. I'm a hard ass. I'm an Arab horse trader. This guy's this guy's that. I've dealt with a lot of guys in southern Texas who are just like this guy. He didn't get where he is by being a pussycat. And all this horse shit. You listen to me, my friend. You're not going to sign anything on Saturday. You're not going to sign anything. You know what's going to happen? He's going to sit there and badmouth me, even though I'm on your side. You know what this is like? This is precisely good cop, bad cop. If you're guilty of a crime, do you speak to the police?
Nope.
God, no.
I don't speak to them even if I'm innocent.
Well, let's not get into that. If you're guilty of a crime, hire a goddamn lawyer.
Right.
This guy wants to get you. He's a bad cop. He wants to take you into a room, shine a light in your face, and beat you with a phone book, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
You understand when I'm working for you, I'm saying, no, he's not going to show up to a meeting until we know if you have the 5 years. But this silly son of a bitch is giving you 50 cents a square foot, brother.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving you 6 months free. Let's end this phone call. Here's what's going to happen.
That sounds good to me. The 6 months free and
listen, it's exceptional, okay? But I'm fully confident that you can go down there and handle this. You're not going to sign anything. Now listen carefully. Don't you dare put pen to paper that day.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
I do. You
can sit there, listen to him rant and rave about what a dumbass I am. Fine by me. Answer all. He sat there and told you needed an attendant. As if you didn't know that. You're not me. He's not you. We've all lived a life and we've ended up where we are today. I don't care to work with this guy or not. It's fine with me. I'm working for you. I have to sit and swallow this guy's bullshit and eat crow for you because this is a phenomenal deal. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
How can a landlord in one breath say, this is an uphill battle, Reggie? This is going to be hard. You got to get them customers back. In the next breath, I'm not going to give you an additional 5 years. Without that additional 5 years to make it 15, you will not sign a lease. And it's not going to be ambiguous or up in the air. He himself said he'll be dead. By the time your last option comes up, he'll be dead.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a handshake. This is a contract. Understood? Go in there, have a good time. Please try to remember all this because you're going to call me Saturday, and I want to hear, this guy's going to badmouth me 6 ways to Sunday. He wanted to talk to you alone today, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
How many times has he called you on the phone? How many times has he called you trying to end run me?
He called me, I guess, about 4 or 5 times, and I'd never answered.
What did I tell you? Don't talk to this guy. You hired me to do a job, and I'm doing the same job. He wants you as a tenant more than you want this laundromat. go in there Saturday, be prepared to listen to this guy badmouth me and try to run roughshod over you. That's all he's doing. Why wouldn't he acquiesce to all of the terms on the phone right now? You tell me. Why wouldn't he?
I don't know. He sounds like he's scared or something. I don't know.
He wants to take advantage of you. Think about it. What's a logical explanation why he wouldn't talk about all of the terms with me?
Well, I'm thinking that like he said, he feels like he won't be alive the next 15 years.
So who's going to be responsible for that lease? His family, his heirs, a management company? Bro, you need to understand what's going on here. Without the additional 5 years, you don't have to say yes, no, or indifferent. Go there, listen to what he has to say, shake his hand. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a long conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, call me before you walk in.
All right.
All right, Reggie. Cheers.